Hey, it's Chris Angel. Look, when I travel around and teach lead generation, that's really one of the things I love to teach, right? But I teach it from a place of how do you connect with people in an authentic way. And when I teach it, here's what I say, like, look, find a place in life that you are already excited about. What topic outside of real estate do you get jacked up about? Is it wine? Is it food? Is it sports? What is it? And go build a database of people who like that same thing. And guys, this is so weird because I always get a decent amount of kickback on this idea. Because when I'm teaching it, I'm not saying go out and talk about real estate with people. I say go out and talk about that thing that you have in common with people. And I can't figure this out. People go, well, what do you mean I shouldn't talk about real estate? Well, what am I going to say then? And it's weird, right? The dynamic is like I think at first, the first pass through, they hear it, they're like, oh, like that could be exciting. Like that sounds refreshing. Like I would love to have my lead generation, my marketing materials actually talk about something I'm passionate about. I'd love to post to Facebook about stuff I actually like. You mean I don't have to send out market stats? And then the logic kicks in, right? And the second part is like, oh, but how am I going to do that if I don't talk about real estate? Like, how will they ever come to like raise their hand to say they want to buy or sell with me? And it points to like how indoctrinated we've been over time to just always think from a real estate perspective. And you've become one-dimensional in some ways. You know, like if this is all your marketing ever is, then that's how people think of you. Like, oh, you just talk about real estate. And it's not very interesting. And so you don't get a lot of engagement. But what if you could swim upstream and get ahead of the buying window or the selling window and actually build a database of people who are interested in the same thing that you are? What if you're a tennis player and you love tennis? You play it every week and you like talking about it. You watch it on TV, right? You know some of the players. You might have an opinion about some of the equipment. That would actually light you up if you were a tennis player, and you'd be like, and I'm giving you permission to go talk about that with other people who like tennis. And if you did that, and you had a database of 500 people who loved tennis versus a database of 500 random people who have nothing in common, and your random database, you have to send real estate statistics because you don't have anything else to say to them, or your database of 500 tennis lovers, you could talk about tennis all day long and you'd get all sorts of engagement. Guys, this is, I think, the evolution. This is what's next. Like, we've got to get to a spot where we're human beings to the people we want to serve first. And the way we build a relationship is with stuff that we like to talk about in common. That's just common relationship stuff, right? Like when you go on a date with somebody for the first time, you don't talk about, you talk about the stuff that you can both talk about, that you're both interested in. So that's what we're doing, is building a business around the things you love. And when you do it that way, your business feels like a self-expression for you. And and the people that you get to interact with also have this same feeling like, wow, I really like who this person, like who you are for them. And they enjoy that exchange. So here's typically how I answer the question when people go, when the logic kicks in, and they're like, yeah, but if I talk about tennis, for example, how are they going to know I'm in real estate? Look, well, they're going to know you're in real estate. I mean, that's just part of a relationship, is people get to know who you are. And you can tell them what you do professionally. Why wouldn't you do that? Of course you do that. It's just not the main topic. So what you do then, my response then to that question is, how many tennis lovers have real estate in their life plans? What percent of tennis lovers are going to buy or sell a house in their future? 90%, 99%? Like the majority of the people you build in that database are going to have a real estate need at some point. And we're just getting upstream from the competition because we're actually building real relationships that don't have to do with real estate. We're building it around stuff that we love. I hope I'm probably over delivering this point to you right now, but I really want that to sink in. Like, stop or maybe not stop, but start thinking about how to, in addition to your real estate content, how can you add content that would attract a tribe of people, a group of people that love the same things that you love, and make that a key way to grow your database. I would love to see you have a database that grows with more and more tennis lovers over time, if you love tennis, okay? All right, if you have questions about this, like put them in the comments because I'd love to hear about your take on this. Like, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have like a follow-up question? Like, okay, well, then what do I say? Or what kind of marketing should I do? Or whatever. Like, put it in the comments so we can have some interaction. All right, gang, here's to you and an authentic business. Catch you next time.